The cascading effects on ecosystems and climate would ultimately intersect with human infrastructure and societies. Coastal cities, already vulnerable to rising sea levels and storms, might face even greater risks as unpredictable weather patterns intensify. Global supply chains dependent on stable conditions for transportation and production could be disrupted further, leading to shortages of essential goods and economic instability. As humanity grapples with these long-term changes, it becomes evident that a magnetic field flip is not just a scientific curiosity, but a phenomenon with profound implications for life on Earth. In the final part, we'll explore how humanity could respond to such an event and what steps might be taken to prepare for the challenges of a flipped magnetic field. In the event of a sudden magnetic field flip, humanity would face unprecedented challenges. While many of the effects would be gradual, the disruptions to daily life would start almost immediately. Power grids would be one of the first systems to be impacted, as the sudden surge of electrical currents in the Earth's crust could overload transformers and cause widespread blackouts. It's possible that, at first, society would struggle to adapt to these sudden outages, with basic services like water and communication networks becoming unreliable. One of the most crucial concerns would be the survival of our technology-driven world. Satellites, which play a critical role in communication, weather forecasting, navigation, and defense, would be severely damaged or even destroyed. This could leave nations isolated, cutting off access to critical information and preventing the ability to coordinate disaster relief or recovery efforts. Similarly, GPS systems, which we've come to rely on for everything from personal navigation to military operations, would no longer function, making travel and logistics much more difficult. In this chaotic environment, emergency response efforts would be stretched to their limits. The disruption of communication and transportation networks would make it harder for governments and relief organizations to mobilize quickly. People in affected areas would need to rely on old-fashioned methods of survival, such as direct contact with neighbors, community-based resources, and a heightened sense of local self-sufficiency. Countries would need to quickly adapt to this new reality, shifting away from global cooperation and trade towards more localized solutions. The scientific community would likely be at the forefront of efforts to understand and mitigate the effects of a magnetic field flip. Researchers would urgently work to find ways to shield sensitive electronics from increased solar radiation and develop new strategies for protecting infrastructure. Advancements in radiation shielding and space weather monitoring would become essential to safeguard the health of astronauts, pilots, and those living at higher altitudes, who would be more exposed to dangerous radiation levels. As the world adjusts, society would inevitably change. The reliance on technology for everyday life would have to be reevaluated,